Good evening. You're watching Setting the Election Agenda with me, Poonam Burde. The big story we're tracking at this hour is a setback that's come to the fore for Arvind Kejriwal, for the Aam Aadmi Party. Today, the High Court said that his arrest is valid, it's legal, and it is within the law that the ED followed to arrest him. Now, the court also said this has nothing to do with the elections and the timing must not be questioned, but that the ramification and the political ones, that is something that both the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party will be looking into. But just to get you a recap of what exactly transpired in court today, the Delhi High Court dismissed Arvind Kejriwal's plea challenging his arrest and Enforcement Directorate's remand in the excise policy case. The court in its scathing order said that Arvind Kejriwal collected kickbacks as the Aam Aadmi Party national convener. This is what the material provided on record by the ED goes on to say, is what the court said. The High Court said that there cannot be any specific privilege for anyone, including the Chief Minister. They said that the Kejriwal's challenge to the timing of the arrest before elections in absence of any malified intent on part of the ED is not sustainable. So after our order was out, we saw the political fireworks as well. The BJP was quick to launch an attack on the Chief Minister of Delhi and on the Aam Aadmi Party. They said that it's now become clear and evident that the Chief Minister is directly involved in this case. The Aam Aadmi Party, meanwhile, reiterated that there has been not one paisa recovery that has been made either by the Enforcement Directorate or by the CBI in this particular case. So what exactly are the grounds of arrest? Listen in to those reactions.
फैसला जज ने बहुत मेहनत के बाद, सारा एविडेंस देखने के बाद, केस फाइल देखने के बाद, सारी जांच करने के बाद जजमेंट दिया है और न्याय किया है। और कोर्ट ने ये भी कहा है कि एविडेंस मिला है और एविडेंस जो है मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग और मनी ट्रेल पूरा मिला है। ये सारी जिक्र जो है, ये सारा जिक्र जो है जजमेंट में है। अभी मैंने जजमेंट पढ़ा नहीं है, जजमेंट मेरे हाथ में आएगा, पढ़ूंगा, उसके बाद मैं विशेष टिप्पणी करूंगा।
आज जो फैसला हाई कोर्ट का आया है, कोर्ट है, कोर्ट के इंस्टीट्यूशन है, इंस्टीट्यूशन का हम सम्मान करते हैं और हम सम्मान पूर्वक ये कहना चाहते हैं कि हम इस फैसले से सहमत नहीं हैं और इस फैसले के खिलाफ हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट जाएंगे और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के अंदर अपनी बात रखेंगे।
माननीय उच्च न्यायालय ने श्री केजरीवाल के संदर्भ में जो निर्णय दिया है, उससे तथ्यों के कठोर धरातल पर आम आदमी पार्टी का अहंकार चकनाचूर हो गया है। जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने जमानत के लिए नहीं, यह बात हम ऐसे नहीं कह रहे हैं, उन्होंने तो सीधे सीधे अपनी अभिरक्षा को ही, यानी अपनी हिरासत को ही चुनौती दी थी। माननीय न्यायालय ने जो अभी मीडिया में प्राप्त सूचना उसके अनुसार यह बिंदु स्पष्ट कहा है, कोर्ट क्लैरिफाइज दैट द पिटीशन इज फॉर डिसाइडिंग द अरेस्ट इज इलीगल।
My colleagues Ananya and Anshul joining us live, getting us more details of what exactly transpired in court, the ramifications of all this and what the next steps for the Aam Aadmi Party and for Team Kejriwal are going to be. Ananya, beginning with what exactly transpired in court, there was a point-by-point rebuttal that came to the fore as far as the final order went of the Delhi High Court. Several questions that were raised by Team Kejriwal were all rebutted. One to do with the timing of it all, the approver status that was questioned by Arvind Kejriwal's team, that also was rebutted by the Delhi High Court, going on to say that it is the court, in fact, that grants this status and not the Enforcement Directorate. So it's not aspersions on the agency, but on the court itself.
Well, definitely, Poonam, this was a very scathing order that is coming from the Delhi High Court's bench of Justice Swarna Kanta Sharma, very clearly holding that, the arrest per se of Arvind Kejriwal was legal. There was enough material to arrest Arvind Kejriwal in this particular case, and the necessity to arrest is to be seen by the enforcement agency and not the accused. And the necessity was completely there, is what, in fact, the Delhi High Court had to say. It had, there were enough material. Not only that, a very important point that comes out from this whole judgment is that the Section 70 argument that the Enforcement Directorate had been placing, that not only an individual role of Arvind Kejriwal is there, but also as the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, his vicarious liability is also attached, because Aam Aadmi Party is said to be a company under the Section 70 of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and that has been upheld by the Delhi High Court. That is a big setback, and could spell troubles for the Aam Aadmi Party as a whole as well. But for Mr. Kejriwal, a very clear indication from the court came in with the observation that a different law cannot be set out for a common man, and for a person like the Chief Minister of the National Capital Territory of Delhi, very clearly and categorically going on to say that the question whether of these approvers statement was also dubbed down by the court, clearly saying that the approvership or the status of pardon is granted by the courts, and any kind of aspersion being cast on this process would be like casting an aspersion on the judge, and in fact this whole issue being made political. The court very clearly said that courts decide the matter on the basis of law and not on the basis of what is going on in the political circles, very clearly holding that this was a case not between the central government and Mr. Kejriwal, it was a case between Mr. Kejriwal and the Enforcement Directorate, which is the premier investigation agency in the country, and had particular material against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal in this particular case. But the Aam Aadmi Party legal team says that it will be approaching the Supreme Court. How much of it does it play up before the Supreme Court is something that is of a big question, because it is a very lengthy and a very reasonable judgment that has been given out by Justice Swarna Kanta Sharma, running into a lot of pages. So we'll have to wait and watch for the detailed order copy to come out to see as to what more observations have been given out by the court, apart from those which have been pronounced in the court today by the judge itself.
Right, the fine print is something that we will have to look at as far as that order copy goes. It will be soon put out, and CNN News 18 will be getting you details of that. But Anshul, as far as the arguments of Arvind Kejriwal and his counsel went, the court made it very clear that on record, the files and the material that has been put by the Enforcement Directorate goes on to show that there was enough evidence to arrest Arvind Kejriwal. But the Aam Aadmi Party keeps reiterating that both by the CBI and the ED, not one paisa recovery was made.
Well, yes, that is the argument that has been put forth by the Aam Aadmi Party, one after the other. In fact, this is the classic argument of the Aam Aadmi Party since the last 2 years. But remember, the job of the Enforcement Directorate is not to actually go ahead and find that stash of money that was utilized in this entire alleged scam. The job of the Enforcement Directorate is to make sure that they find the money trail and establish that money had exchanged hands in lieu of giving benefits to the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is something that the Enforcement Directorate claims that they have been able to establish. An amount of rupees 45 crores, the Enforcement Directorate has been able to establish a money trail for that itself. So yes, the Enforcement Directorate is absolutely confident that they have the requisite amount of material, and that has something that has been upheld by the Delhi High Court today as well, that they had the requisite amount of materials due to which it became important for them to go ahead and arrest Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal, not only because of his involvement in his personal capacity or individual capacity, but as he was the convener of the party. So yes, definitely the arguments that were put forth by the Aam Aadmi Party, be it through their press conferences or through their lawyers in front of the court, all of them have definitely been demolished by this order that has been given out by the Delhi High Court. Now it is going to be very difficult for them to actually go ahead, and even after challenging this order in front of the Supreme Court, it is going to be very difficult for them to actually prove that the Enforcement Directorate has done this out of pressure, political pressure, or probably has done this to make sure that Arvind Kejriwal does not participate in the democratic process of elections. But yes, the manner in which the court has gone ahead and said that both these things are absolutely different. There is no connection between the arrest and the elections that is going to happen across the country in the next few days. This line has clearly been drawn by the Delhi High Court. It remains to be seen what other legal remedies will the Aam Aadmi Party try. Remember, till date, they haven't applied for bail of Arvind Kejriwal. The petition or the question in front of the court was about his legality of his arrest, and now the court has said that his arrest was absolutely legal, was according to the section 19 of the PMLA, and it was done in a manner that was necessary for this investigation to be taken forward. The court has also narrated that Arvind Kejriwal did not respond to the summons, and hence the Enforcement Directorate had no other option but to go ahead.
Non-cooperation is something that the Enforcement Directorate has also time and again pointed to. That's something that echoed in court as well. So let's take a look at what the arguments that were made and what the High Court said in response today. The Chief Minister's argument was that there was no evidence that was recovered during the raids on his residence, to which the court said that the material and the files that the ED has put on record that they have reveals that Arvind Kejriwal conspired and that he was involved in policy, also used proceeds of crime. This is what the material on record goes on to show, is what the court observed. The Chief Minister's Council then questioned the approver status that was given to certain accused in this particular case, to which the court said that doubting the grant of pardon to any approver amounts to casting aspersions on the judicial process, because this pardon is granted by the court, by a judge, and not by the agency. Arvind Kejriwal's team then said that electoral bonds and this case were linked, which is why several of these accused had suddenly overnight turned approvers. To which the court said, who gives tickets or who purchases these electoral bonds is not the concern of court. We're going into the merits of the case and whether or not due process was followed as far as Arvind Kejriwal's arrest goes. His team then said that they demanded the right to inspect the documents, to which the court said, yes, you are entitled to inspect those documents, but only at an appropriate stage of the trial, and this is not that stage. Arvind Kejriwal's team then cited the Chief Minister's privilege, to which the Delhi High Court made it very, very clear that the law is the same for everyone. This court won't lay down different categories of laws, one for the common citizens and another for a CM. That was what the Delhi High Court observed. The Chief Minister's Council then said that the investigation and the probe in this particular excise policy case was misleading. They cited that the ED was misleading this investigation, to which the court then observed and said that the agency under criminal jurisprudence cannot be directed to conduct probe as per the convenience of the person specifically who is facing those allegations. Arvind Kejriwal's team then went on to cite the timing of these elections. They remember the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying that this arrest was to stop the Aam Aadmi Party juggernaut and to hit the party in peak election season. The High Court today observed that the court here is examining his arrest and remand as per the law, irrespective of whether we are in election season or not. Arvind Kejriwal's team then cited political conspiracy as well. They said that this action is nothing but a political vendetta and the Enforcement Directorate was acting at the behest of the BJP. To which the Delhi High Court said that judgments are written by legal principles and not by political affiliations. That was the clear line that was drawn by the Delhi High Court today, which is why the Aam Aadmi Party is now exploring its legal options further. They've decided they are going to be knocking on the doors of the Supreme Court next. Some more political reactions pouring in. Let's listen in.
High Court order today against Mr. Kejriwal exposes that he is not Kattar Imandar but Kattar Bhrasht, and that there is prima facie material available against him, evidence available against him, that he not only formulated the said Ghotalebaz policy but he was involved in taking kickbacks. They keep saying, Aam Aadmi Party keeps saying that there is no money trail, but the money trail has been established by the court. It has said that it was used for Goa elections. These people have shown their true faces, which has been exposed by the High Court order today. There is no room left for the Aam Aadmi Party to play victimhood card. Today they must tell us that how can Mr. Kejriwal continue as Chief Minister, that too from inside the heart.
हम टाइमिंग पे प्रश्न उठा रहे हैं कि चुनाव डिक्लेयर होने के बाद आप चुने हुए मुख्यमंत्रियों को गिरफ्तार कर लेते हैं, चाहे वो हेमंत सोरेन हो चाहे वो अरविंद केजरीवाल हो, तो वो आपकी मंशा क्या दिखाता है? आपकी मंशा ये है कि आप ओपोजिशन पार्टियों को चाहते हो कि वो और की चीजों में बिजी रहे बजाय चुनाव के। आप उनके लिए लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड नहीं देना चाहते, तो वो फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन का जो एटमॉस्फेयर है उसको ये पार्टी क्रिएट नहीं करने दे रही, उसके खिलाफ हम आवाज उठा रहे हैं।
Ananya and Anshul continue to be with us. Ananya, one of the things that the courts mentioned as far as due process being followed was Section 70 of the PMLA, which basically refers to vicarious responsibility of an individual. That is something that the court went on to say that as far as that particular section of the law goes, everything was above and beyond.
Well, definitely it was correctly, mentioned and very clearly said by the court that, Section 70 has been correctly invoked in this particular case, and there is enough material to show that vicarious liabilities are attached to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. So, Poonam, this can have cascading liability, cascading effects. It can lead to the Aam Aadmi Party's bank accounts and other assets being attached by the Enforcement Directorate, and Arvind Kejriwal not only being responsible individually but also as the convener of the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party is something that could be a bigger setback, not only to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal himself but also for the party too. But very clearly, a very basic argument that the Aam Aadmi Party leaders had from the very beginning of this whole Liquorgate investigation had been stating that, this is a political case, this is a clear political vendetta, this is a case that has been launched by the BJP, is something that has been dubbed down by the Delhi High Court today, clearly saying that, courts do not decide matters on political affiliations. The courts decide matters on the point of law, on the judgments that are cited, and very clearly and categorically, this is a case between Arvind Kejriwal and the Enforcement Directorate, and not between the central government and Arvind Kejriwal. And very clearly and categorically, the court stated that the rule of law still sustains, and judgments are passed by way of law. And all these arguments that the Aam Aadmi Party had been raising, not only before the court but also in press conferences, have been dubbed down by this particular judgment of, in fact, the Delhi High Court. And very, very clearly, though the Aam Aadmi Party now comes out and say that we will approach the Supreme Court, and any judgment of the High Court can be challenged, but at the end of the day, they'll have to accept it that, High Courts are one of the topmost courts of the country. These are, the second highest courts in the country, and we have to respect what the Delhi High Court or any of the high courts in the country say. And that's exactly why very clearly this judgment speaks volumes when it comes to the alleged involvement of Arvind Kejriwal in this particular case. And the judgment also goes on to say that there is enough material to arrest the Delhi Chief Minister in this particular case.
Right, that's the scathing observation and the order, in fact, that came out of the Delhi High Court just a short while ago. Anshul, the Supreme Court is the next option as far as Team Kejriwal is concerned, but they will have to perhaps relook at their legal strategy as well, because up until now, it seems like all the arguments that they have made have fallen flat.
Well, definitely they will have to relook into their arguments that they put forth in front of the court. Just saying that the timing of this entire arrest was incorrect definitely does not stand in front of the court, and that has been made clear from the court of Justice Swarna Kanta Sharma herself, that the Enforcement Directorate is an agency that makes sure that actually looks into the financial fraud, and once the financial fraud is done, they can actually go ahead and take custody of the person who is involved. And the manner in which the Delhi Chief Minister has been skipping summons, that is due to that the court is of the opinion that the timing cannot be questioned, because if at all he had joined the investigation 4 to 5 months ago, probably then this question of timing would not have come up. So definitely the manner in which the Chief Minister has continuously been disobeying the summons that were being issued to him by the Enforcement Directorate, that affected the entire case. And the court also said that him skipping the summons and not helping the investigating agency also made sure that the people who are in judicial custody, the likes of Satyendra Jain, the likes of Manish Sisodia, trial on them could also not start because the investigation was hampered. So Aam Aadmi Party raising question on the timing is definitely that does not stand in front of the court, and definitely the legal team of Aam Aadmi Party would have to look into it, would have to come up with new arguments, because timing is something that cannot be sustained in front of the court. That has been proven today. The other arguments that were put forth, that this is a political vendetta or political witch hunt that has
Sorry to interrupt you there, Anshul. Let me come back to you on that bit. But Udit Raj of the Congress now joining us on this broadcast. Sir, thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. How do you look at this scathing order that has now come out against Arvind Kejriwal, the setback for him once more?
Certainly it is a setback, but of course another level of appeal is available to him, and he is free to go, or party is free to go to the Supreme Court, and it might not have been possible to put up entire facts or proper facts before the bench in High Court, and or maybe the judges might not have appreciated all of facts and figures. So what happened? There are always chances that they can appeal it.
Right, and the Aam Aadmi Party has decided that they are going to be moving the Supreme Court, but we're seeing the kind of allegations that are coming to the fore from the Aam Aadmi Party. They say this is nothing but a witch hunt and vendetta against Arvind Kejriwal. Do you agree with that, sir?
Yes, it is a vendetta. Of course, if Kejriwal joins BJP or supports BJP, generated, all these matters will be hushed up, and there are a number of examples that 25 accused, those who were accused by BJP, they were corrupt, and when they joined BJP, 23 of them have been exonerated, or their cases have been hushed up. So any quantum of corruption done by anyone for that matter, if joined the BJP, will be all right, because ED, CBI, income tax are no longer independent. I can't say that they are even government body. They are acting like bodies of BJP. Because what happened that if they who present the fact before the Supreme Court and High Court, and of course at the adjudication level, charge sheet level, so it's quite biased approach towards litigating out these cases. Then of course level playing field is not there, and I don't think that the justice is there.
Sure,
In such a
Shazia Almi of the
circumstance.
BJP is joining us. But before I get her in, Udit Raj, I want to ask you this as well. You speak of this washing machine of the BJP. The opposition often speaks of that. But that's the same allegation the Congress would also face, because Arvind Kejriwal and this particular scam is what the Congress not too long ago was also questioning. In fact, the Congress even took credit for saying that we were the ones who blew the lid off this. And now suddenly all seems to be kosher as far as Kejriwal goes.
You see what happened when it comes to protect the democracy and constitution. The larger interest and larger danger are to be looked into. So certainly there are, of course, there are differences among us. We are not saying differences have been simmered, but what happened is that now the question is put of the constitution. When of course BJP leaders are saying that the constitution will be changed after 2024 Lok Sabha election. And at this juncture of time, all opposition must, even not only opposition, the citizen of the country, an NGO and people like those who...
Sure, so it's a
who want
common
to have
enemy
a
that you're
freedom to
fighting.
control.
Irrespective of whether your ally is corrupt or not, you may not have confidence in the fact Kejriwal is completely innocent like the Aam Aadmi Party says. But do stay on with us. Shazia Almi of the BJP also joining us on this broadcast. And if you heard what the Congress is saying, this is a common cause, which is why we're all together. Not necessarily going on to say that Arvind Kejriwal is the Kattar Imandar that the Aam Aadmi Party says he is.
This shows how opportunistic and desperate and hypocritical they are. Because it was flagged, the entire excise scam was first flagged by the Congress party's Ajit Chaudhary and then later taken up by Ajay Maken. So it is very sad that they are throwing their own people, their own partymen under the bus because they are so desperate and have no answers when it comes to their fight against BJP. Also today the court has totally rejected Kejriwal's objections to ED using approver statement, and said granting pardon to approver is not under ED's domain. It is a judicial process, something that everybody knows. But everybody also knows that Kejriwal and his team just love to muddy the waters. They just want to make everything murky. They want to just use misinformation. They want to kind of conflate the issues of the powers of the judiciary with that of the agencies and say that it's all coming from the top, which is the center. Now, the very fact that today itself there was a plea for Kejriwal to resign as a Chief Minister, that was dismissed. Now, when the same courts have been so fair, and when they actually find the person who brought up this plea, the same courts also now are saying and are rejecting Kejriwal. So when it suits you, it's all great, and that everything is happening because you're innocent. But when it doesn't suit you, when you are being your remand is being continued, and you are not getting bail, then the courts and the agencies and everyone else is working at the behest of the Congress of BJP. So I think that's very unfortunate, and I think the Kejriwal's contention was that he can be questioned through video conferencing. So you know what the High Court said? The High Court was so clear. High Court said it is not for the accused to decide how the investigation is to be done. It cannot be done as per the convenience of the accused. Now, accused is an ROP, and so Kejriwal is an accused in this matter. And it is also very important, and I want to state this again and again, and I wish Saurabh Bhardwaj shed some light on it. The court has said very clearly, unambiguously, there cannot be two laws, two sets of laws. One for the commons, regular citizens, for you and me, and other for chief ministers and public servants.
That's something that the court has made categorically clear, that the law is the same for everyone. No one is above the law. For the moment, Shazia Almi, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your perspective. The political ramifications of this setback to Arvind Kejriwal is something that we will track here on CNN News 18. Let's listen to some more reactions that are pouring in.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी भ्रष्टाचारी हैं और वो जेल में ही रहेंगे। आज मानयोग हाई कोर्ट ने अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की याचिका जो कहती थी कि उनको इलीगली अरेस्ट किया गया है, उसके ऊपर फैसला सुनाते हुए ये कहा ये स्पष्ट कर दिया कि जो कहा जा रहा था आम आदमी पार्टी के द्वारा कि अप्रूवर के बिहाफ पे केस बनाया गया है, ये गलत है। मानयोग हाई कोर्ट ने कहा अप्रूवर ईडी के सामने या सीबीआई के सामने बयान नहीं देता। अप्रूवर 164 के तहत कोर्ट के जज के सामने बयान देता है, मजिस्ट्रेट के सामने, और उसको ऊपर सवाल उठाना, ये जुडिशरी सिस्टम के ऊपर सवाल उठाना है, जज के ऊपर सवाल उठाना है, उनकी मंशा के ऊपर सवाल उठाना है। जज साहब ने यह भी स्पष्ट किया कि ये एक 100 साल पुराना कानून है और इसके तहत जो सवाल उठा रहे हैं वो गलत है।
जो दिल्ली पूरे विश्व में, पूरे भारत में सबके आकर्षण का केंद्र है, वो दिल्ली आज इसलिए कलंकित है क्योंकि उस कलंक की गाथा अरविंद केजरीवाल ने लिखी है। माननीय न्यायालय ने जो आज टिप्पणी की है वो सीधा सीधा अरविंद केजरीवाल और आम आदमी पार्टी के मुंह पे तमाचा है। इनके कारनामों ने दिल्ली को शर्मसार किया है। एक दिल्ली वाला होने के नाते पूछता हूं, क्या अब भी कोई नैतिक अधिकार है आपके पास कुर्सी पे बने रहने का?
On that note, it's time for a quick break here on this edition of Setting the Election Agenda. But on the other side, we'll get you more details of the Prime Minister's push in Tamil Nadu and the bastion that the BJP is now trying to breach. More details coming up on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोवा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में शक्ति की उपासना, उसकी धूम मची हुई है। नवरात्रि का पर्व हो, हर कोई भक्ति में डूबा हुआ हो, शक्ति उपासना में जुड़ा हुआ हो, ऐसे समय इतनी बड़ी रैली, ये अपने आप में गजूबा है। क्योंकि मेरा जब कार्यक्रम बन रहा था तो मैंने कहा भाई नवरात्रि है, लोग कैसे आएंगे? उन्होंने कहा साहब बस आप डेट दे दीजिए। और इतने कम समय में नवरात्रि के पावन पर्व पर भी इतनी बड़ी तादाद में आप हमें आशीर्वाद देने आए। इस पावन अवसर पर बड़ी संख्या में शक्ति स्वरूपा माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां हमें आशीर्वाद दे रही है। मैं सभी सिख गुरुओं को भी नमन करता हूं। कुछ ही दिन में
Welcome back. Prime Minister Modi is on a 2-day visit to Tamil Nadu. In fact, in just a short while from now, we're going to be seeing the Prime Minister hold a roadshow in Chennai. It's going to be covering segments of both the central Chennai and South Chennai seats. Ahead of the Prime Minister's visit, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, while speaking exclusively to my colleague Purnima Murli, slammed the frequent visits of the Prime Minister to the state. He said it's because the BJP is scared of losing in this state. There is going to be a complete zero for the BJP, said M.K. Stalin. He said all 40 seats are going to be with the DMK and its allies. Listen.
ஸோ ரொம்ப நன்றி சார் சிஎன்என் கிட்ட பேசுறதுக்கு. முதல் கேள்வி, நீங்கள் பிரச்சாரம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதும், வரவேற்பு எப்படி இருக்கு மக்கள்கிட்டேருந்து?
பெரிய வரவேற்பு இருக்கு. 3 வருஷமாக இந்த ஆட்சியில் குறிப்பாக தமிழ்நாடு பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பல நன்மைகளையும் பல சாதனைகளையும் அவங்களுக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்கு. அதனால் இந்த ஆட்சியில் ரொம்ப நம்பிக்கை வச்சுருக்காங்க. அதனால் நான் களத்தில் இருக்கும்போது என்ன சொன்னோம், 40க்கு 40ன்னு சொல்லணும். அதே நிலவரம் தான் இப்பவும் இருக்குது. நிச்சயமாக 40-40 வெற்றி பெறும். களம் சிறப்பாக இருக்குது.
சார், பிஜேபி வந்துட்டு 400 வின் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காங்க. பிரைம் மினிஸ்டர் சவுத்தை ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. தமிழ்நாடு தவிர மற்ற சவுத் ஸ்டேட்ஸையும் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. இன்றைக்கி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 7வது முறையாக தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு வராரு பிரதமர். இதனால பிஜேபிக்கு சப்போர்ட் தமிழ்நாடு சவுத் இந்தியாவில் வர வாய்ப்பு இருக்கா?
400ன்னு ஆரம்பத்தில் சொன்னார். இப்போ போக போக இந்த வார்த்தையை வாயிலும் வரல. ஏன்னா அவருக்கே அச்சம் வந்துடுச்சு, பயம் வந்துடுச்சு. சவுத்தை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும், அதில் குறிப்பாக தமிழ்நாட்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எப்படியாவது 1-2 சீட்டாவது வாங்கிடணும்னு முயற்சி பண்ணுறாரு. அது நடக்காது. நிச்சயமாக உறுதியாக இல்லை. இல்லை, தோல்வி பயம் அதிகம் வந்துடுறதுனால தான் அவங்க திருப்பி 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 தமிழ்நாடு பக்கம் வந்துட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. எப்படியாவது இங்கே கால் பதிக்கணும்னு அது நடக்க போகிறதில்லை. தமிழ்நாட்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நிச்சயமாக தமிழை வந்து வளர்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு கிடையாது.
Purnima, my colleague now joins us live, getting us more details. Purnima, before we get into the DMK's confidence in what the Chief Minister told you exclusively in that conversation, take us through what the mood really is like on ground. We're going to be seeing the Prime Minister in Chennai in just a short while.
Absolutely. Prime Minister will be here in Chennai and there will be a mega roadshow. We are coming to you live from T Nagar. This is where the roadshow is scheduled to take place at 6:30 p.m. Prime Minister is coming here for the 7th time. How excited are you here?
Super excited. I think he's really put the country on the map in terms of recognition by the world. It's a great time to be an Indian. We're the lone bright spot in the world. So I think it's all due to his leadership and his ability to bring in a lot of development to the country. All the things that he's done in terms of being a Vishwa Guru, he's delivered on that. So it's I think a great time for us. And he completely deserves the third term. And the best part is actually a good bunch of young leaders are also cropping up. So that shows his leadership, ability to build the next line of development of leaders. So that way, I think it's a great time for us.
Since when are you standing here? Since when did you come here? How long are you here?
Actually, I'm staying here. Just 15 minutes we just came here to standing. We're very excited to meet. That's all.
Right. Yes. What is your message? Because Prime Minister is betting big on Tamil Nadu. BJP leaders are betting big on Tamil Nadu. Do you think BJP will do well this time in Tamil Nadu?
Yes, madam. We want Modi once again in India.
And in Tamil Nadu, do you think Annamalai factor would
Annamalai Thalavar is topmost leader in Tamil Nadu now. We get more seats in Tamil Nadu.
So here also BJP cadre are equally confident that it is going to be the third term for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and they are confident that BJP will make inroads this time around. Back to you.
Those are the people that are waiting for the Prime Minister. 6 p.m. is when the roadshow is scheduled to begin. The 2 constituencies that the Prime Minister is going to cover, both of which are seen to be DMK bastions, isn't it, Purnima?
Absolutely. South Chennai, Central Chennai have always been DMK bastion, and this time around it's going to be a tri-cornered contest. Poonam. Interestingly, in South Chennai, Tamilisai Soundararajan, the former governor, is all set to contest. She is a resident of South Chennai and she's a known face as well, and she's also confident that this time around the BJP will make surprises as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Central Chennai has always been DMK bastion. Dayanidhi Maran, of course, is the DMK candidate, but BJP is fielding its young leader Vinod P. Selvam, which is why Prime Minister is doing a road show, and thousands of people have already gathered here. Another 1 hour to go for the roadshow to begin, but you can see the mood here. It's upbeat, everyone is excited, and they're confident that this time around it's going to be a tri-cornered contest. And Chennai too, like Coimbatore, may throw surprises is the mood here from the party cadre, from the senior leaders of the BJP.
Right, Purnima, we'll keep coming back to you. Could get that mood from on ground. The Prime Minister is going to be there in just a short while from now. But shifting focus to more breaking news that's coming in, trouble seems to be mounting for the Congress party in election season. The Election Commission has now issued a notice to Congress leader Randeep Singh Surjewala for his comments against BJP Member of Parliament Hema Malini. Remember, the comment was made during an election campaign last week by Randeep Singh Surjewala. This followed the comments that had come to the fore from Supriya Shrinet against Kangana Ranaut, the BJP's candidate from Mandi. The Election Commission now issuing a notice seeking an explanation from Randeep Singh Surjewala over the comment that was made by him against Hema Malini. A similar show cause notice was sent to Supriya Shrinet earlier by the poll body as well. Remember, a controversial comment was made by Randeep Singh Surjewala while he was campaigning for the Congress party. Even though he had backed it up by saying that he has utmost respect for Hema Malini and that she was really the bahu of the place that he was campaigning in. The video that was put out by the BJP had raised hackles. The BJP had filed a complaint with the Election Commission as well. The Congress on its part back then had claimed that this was a distorted video or just a half the story that was being put out by the BJP just to stoke tensions. But the Election Commission seems to have now stepped in and issued that notice to Randeep Singh Surjewala. We'll be joined by my colleague Payal in just a short while from now, getting us more details of what exactly is a deadline for Randeep Singh Surjewala to respond to this notice. Payal, I believe, is now with us. Yes, Payal.
Commission once again reminding political parties, essentially telling them that there are clear-cut guidelines that were issued that nobody should cross a certain line of decency and the political discourse must not go lower. But after Supriya Shrinet and the way in which the Congress party leadership has been speaking about senior leaders like Hema Malini, remember, who's well on course to actually seek a short term in Parliament as a Lok Sabha MP from Mathura. Those comments against her have not been taken very kindly, and of course, the Election Commission now sitting up a letter to the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge demanding a response, saying that why is it that your party is seen making comments like this which are completely uncalled for. So, 48 hours is generally the time which is given to any political party to respond to the notice, which is of course served upon them. This was of course after the BJP had also complained earlier too about the responses that were received from the Congress party in response to what Hema Malini has been doing on ground and questioning why she was being given a ticket.
Right, Payal, about 24 to 48 hours. Right, Payal, about 24 to 48 hours usually is the time that has been given as far as response by Randeep Singh Surjewala is concerned. We'll keep an eye out on that, but for the moment, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Shifting focus now to news coming in from Maharashtra. Sources are now telling us that the BJP wants Raj Thackeray of the MNS to be a part of the Grand Alliance of the NDA alliance in Maharashtra and support the vision of the Prime Minister. No official word has come to the fore so far, but Raj Thackeray is going to be addressing a rally in a short while from now in Mumbai. That's perhaps where we'll get an indication of which way Raj Thackeray is going to go. According to our sources within the MNS camp, Raj Thackeray is expected to support the BJP. Whether or not he gets a ticket for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections, that's something that we'll have to wait and watch out for. And if he does not get that ticket that he is eyeing, will he still want to be a part of the NDA alliance? That too is something that remains to be seen. Remember, both the NDA and the India camps were in a huddle, ironing out differences with their respective alliance partners as far as seat sharing went. The Mahavikas Aghadi just today sealed the pact, the India alliance finalizing their seat sharing pact. As far as the NDA alliance goes, newer partners could be a part of this alliance in Maharashtra, including the MNS, including Raj Thackeray. Whether him being a part of the NDA means he gets a ticket for the upcoming elections or not, that's something that we still have to wait and watch out for. Vinaya, my colleague, joining us, getting us more details. What more can you tell us, Vinaya? What have you gathered from your sources?
Well, let's first show you what's the preparation that's going on at Shivaji Park. This is where all the workers of MNS have gathered, and just a few meters away from here is Shivaji Park, where Raj Thackeray is going to address the entire rally within some time. We will also get in voices from some of these people. कहाँ से आए हैं आप और क्यों आए हैं?
कोपर करना
कहाँ से आए?
राज ठाकरे साहब के कोपर करना डोंबिवली से।
और क्यों आए?
राज ठाकरे साहब का भाषण सुनने के लिए।
आपको लगता है कि वो भाजपा के साथ जाएंगे?
अभी क्या बोलते देखते हैं।
लेकिन वो जो कुछ भी करेंगे आप लोग सपोर्ट करेंगे?
करेंगे।
क्या कहते हैं आप?
हम लोग के तरफ से पूरा सपोर्ट है।
So here are the supporters of Raj Thackeray who have come from different places. They say that whatever Raj Thackeray says, they will support them. What we are learning from our sources, particularly from Mahayuti, is that there is quite some keenness in order to get Raj Thackeray on board. So may it be the BJP, may it be the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena, the fact that the Thackeray brand will help is the perception that the Mahayuti wants to carry ahead, and that is why this whole exercise of wooing the MNS, a few rounds of talks that happened. We saw Raj Thackeray went and met Amit Shah as well. Thereafter, we have seen a kind of a lull. Though Raj Thackeray, sources indicated, had demanded at least 3 seats, there were also speculations with respect to 2 of the Mumbai seats that were being discussed on whether they could be given to the MNS. But as of now, while there is a lot of positive indication that Raj Thackeray might support the BJP, it is unlikely, or we will have to wait and watch on whether he will get any Lok Sabha seats. As of now, sources indicate that that might not happen.
Right, to stay on with us, Vinaya, we've spoken of the NDA camp. Let's speak of the India Alliance as well. They finalized their seat sharing arrangement today for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. The Shiv Sena UBT faction is going to be contesting on 21 seats out of the 48. The Congress gets 17, and Sharad Pawar's faction of the NCP will contest on 10 seats. Remember, there was a lot of back and forth as far as seat sharing went, a lot of wrangling on specific seats. All 3 parties wanted those specific seats, but finally it looks like that arrangement has been reached.
शिवसेना ज्या 21 जागा लढते त्या 21मी उमेदवार जाहीर केलेले आहेत. काँग्रेस आणि राष्ट्रवादी त्यांना ज्यावेळेला वाटेल 1-2 दिवसात ते जाहीर करतील.
Vinaya continues to be with us. Now, Vinaya, there was controversy within and disagreements within the alliance partners as well, because some of them had unilaterally declared some of those seats even while the seat sharing agreements were on.
Well, yes, Poonam, and it doesn't look like that has been resolved as yet, because even when we saw that collective press conference took place today and that Sanjay Raut announced the distribution of the seats, he announced which constituency went to which party, and that the candidates will be announced for a few seats that are remaining. The fact is that the Congress continues to remain unhappy, and the Maharashtra State Congress continues to remain unhappy with the way Uddhav Thackeray has gone ahead and unilaterally announced on seats that they were quite keen on. And though the Congress has come to terms with it, though the Congress says that like an elder brother it will take this into its stride and that it will continue to campaign towards the India bloc, and that Sangli, Mumbai South Central will continue to be with Uddhav Thackeray. The point is that, whether that will mean that the ground level Karyakarta will work for the Shiv Sena or for the NCP at a time when there were severe differences is something that remains to be seen. So though there was an attempt to show that all the 3 alliance partners are on the same page, all the senior leaders came together, it was a kind of an indication when the senior Congress leaders refused to speak. Maybe Basaheb Thorat, maybe Prithviraj Chavan, both of them did not say anything about the press conference. Nana Patole, when asked specifically on whether the Congress was happy with this or not, tried to completely subvert the question and answered something else that absolutely did not pertain to what the Congress felt with respect to this unilateral steamrolling by the Shiv Sena or by the NCP. Back to you.
Right, Vinaya, thank you so much for getting us the latest as far as Maharashtra goes. That's one state that will have to be keenly watched out for. It is also the second largest state in terms of the number of members of parliament it sends. We'll keep a track of that and much more here on this edition. Back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोबा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी शुरू हो गई है। देश भर में शक्ति की उपासना, उसकी धूम मची हुई है। नवरात्रि का पर्व हो, हर कोई भक्ति में डूबा हुआ हो, शक्ति उपासना में जुड़ा हुआ हो, रैली ये अपने आप में गजूबा है। क्योंकि मेरा जब कार्यक्रम बन रहा था तो मैंने कहा भाई नवरात्रि है, लोग कैसे आएंगे। उन्होंने कहा साहब बस आप डेट दे दीजिए। और इतने कम समय में नवरात्रि के पावन पर्व पर भी इतनी बड़ी तादाद में आप हमें आशीर्वाद देने आए। इस पावन अवसर पर बड़ी संख्या में शक्ति स्वरूपा माताएं, बहनें, बेटियां हमें आशीर्वाद दे रही है। मैं सभी सिख गुरुओं को भी नमन करता हूं। कुछ ही दिन में बैसाखी भी आने वाली है। मैं आपको बैसाखी की भी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मुझे यहां पीलीभीत के साथ ही बरेली की जनता जनार्दन के दर्शन का भी सौभाग्य मिला है।
Welcome back. Arvind Kejriwal's arrest in the excise policy case is legal, held the Delhi High Court. Reactions coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party. Listening.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के मामले में आया है, लेकिन जैसा पिछले कई दिनों से लगातार मैं कह रहा हूं, मैं फिर उस बात को दोहरा रहा हूं पूरी मजबूती के साथ और जिम्मेदारी के साथ कि ये पूरा का पूरा मामला भारत की राजनीति में आजादी के बाद से लेके सबसे बड़ा राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र है। एक गहरी साजिश के तहत यह मामला बनाया गया है और इस मामले के पीछे किसी घोटाले की जांच का मकसद नहीं है। दिल्ली की प्रचंड बहुमत से चुनी हुई अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिराने और खत्म करने का मकसद है। पंजाब की प्रचंड बहुमत से चुनी हुई सरकार को गिराने और खत्म करने का मकसद है। आम आदमी पार्टी की बढ़ती हुई ख्याति को और राष्ट्रीय पार्टी का दर्जा 10 वर्षों में हासिल करने की उपलब्धि को खत्म करने की कोशिश है। क्योंकि शराब घोटाला तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने किया है, वहां तो मनी ट्रेल मिल गया, 60 करोड़ का मनी ट्रेल मिल गया, लेकिन कोई कार्रवाई अब तक भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेताओं पर नहीं हुई। और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के मामले में झूठे गवाह तैयार किए जाते हैं, बेबुनियाद आरोप लगाए जाते हैं, 10-10 गवाहों के 10-10 बयानों को छिपाकर षड्यंत्र के तहत 2 ही बयान कोर्ट के सामने लाए जाते हैं। 10 बयानों में से
देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में नववर्ष मनाया जा रहा है। आज विक्रम संवत 2081 का पहला दिन है। मैं समस्त देशवासियों को गुड़ी पड़वा, उगाड़ी, चेटीचंड, नवरे के साथ साथ साजीबू चेरोबा नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। आज से चैत्र नवरात्रि भी
Welcome back. In this edition, let's get you some voices from on ground. In this segment of Setting the Election Agenda, we take you to Bengal in Cooch Behar. It votes in the first phase of elections on the 19th of this month. It's set to witness a fiery election. The BJP seeks to retain that seats by wooing the Rajbanshi community, a strategy that the ruling Trinamool Congress is following as well. So who is going to emerge victorious? We find out from the voters.
In the first phase of Bengal Lok Sabha polls, the most important constituency is Cooch Behar constituency. Now, Cooch Behar is a place which is known for the Rajas. This was once the capital of Kamta Kingdom, and the Koch dynasty also used to rule from this place. Cooch Behar constituency has 7 assembly constituency. All of them falls in Cooch Behar district. There are nearly 20 lakh population in this constituency. In 2019, out of the 7 assembly constituency, 5 constituency BJP got a lead in 5 constituency. Even in 2021, when Trinamool swept the state, BJP got more seats from this place. राजवंशी लोग कौन हैं और आप लोग वोट में कितना अहम हो?
राजवंशी ভোট তো 80% বর্তমানে আমরা
We have 80% of the vote bank. Whoever stands with us, we will stand with the party.
আমরা তার সাথে থাকবো সেটুকু চিন্তাধারা আছে।
কাজকর্ম হয়েছে রাজবংশীদের জন্য কোনো কাজ হয়েছে?
হয়েছে তো এই তো Yes, they have worked for us. We vote by the look at the symbol of TMC. জোড়া ফুল দেখিয়ে ভোট দেব।
রাজবংশীদের জন্য কিছু হয়েছে?
Yes, they have worked for us. Mamta Di, but central government hasn't done anything for us.
রাজবংশী আপনি আপনার বয়স হয়েছে, রাজবংশীদের কিছু কাজ হয়েছে?
Mamta Didi has done a few things. Rest nobody has done anything.
Cooch Behar was once a strong bastion of the left, but now it's the constituency of MOS home Nitit Pramanik, who won from here in 2019. In fact, the BJP made maximum electoral gains since the 2019 elections in the Cooch Behar region.
How is the जोश? जोश कैसा है?
मैं देखिए स्केड्यूल तो बहुत बिजी है और इस समय में बिल्कुल इलेक्शन की पहले कैंपेनिंग के टाइम पे बहुत ही ज़्यादा कार्यक्रम रहता है, लेकिन फिर भी जब जनता जहाँ पर भी जाते हैं, जब जनता जब दोनों हाथ भरकर आशीर्वाद करते हैं, आम आदमी जब दोनों हाथ भरकर आशीर्वाद करते हैं, तो ये जोश जो है ये दिन ब दिन बढ़ता ही जाता है।
5 साल बाद फिर से एक बार कुछ बिहार का जनता, व्हाई विल दे वोट यू?
देखिए पहली बात तो ये है कि लोगों को पता है कि कोई भी अगर कोई समस्या लेके मेरे पास आता है तो उसका समाधान होता है, और मैं अपने दिल से कोशिश करता हूं, प्रयास करता हूं उनकी समस्या की समाधान करने का।
The TMC has fielded Jagdish Bashunia against Nisit Pramanik in Cooch Behar. But this time around, the party is doing everything to gain the Rajbangshi vote.
क्या इस बार राजवंशी वोटों में भाग होगा?
इस बार राजवंशी लोग को ये मालूम हुआ कि बीजेपी हमारा साथ धोखा किया एवं झूठ बोला। इस बार सब राजवंशी लोग इकट्ठा सब होता है, एवं अगर जितना दिन जाएगा वो सब लोग एक साथ आएगा, तो यही उनका मुद्दा है। जो झूठ बोलता है उसको हटाओ, जो काम करता है उसको ले आओ।
Try to talk to people that what do they feel of the violence that take place in election. ये बताइए कि वोट आने से क्या चीज़ के ऊपर वोट देंगे? इतना जो अशांति, आज यहाँ पे बम चल गया, कल वहाँ पे गोली चल गया, 2021 में गोली चला, आप लोग को शांति भी क्या एक चीज़ है?
शांति से वोट चाहिए, शांति से वोट चाहिए।
We want to vote in peace.
वोट আসলে কোনো ভয় লাগে?
We are scared to give vote, scared during elections. Bombing happens whenever voting happens.
On 22nd January, when the entire focus of the country was in Ayodhya, Ram Mandir, here in Cooch Behar, in this area of Rajarhat, another Ram Mandir was also inaugurated. Now, according to the MOS home, Nisit Pramanik, he plans to come up with 100 such Ram Mandirs. Interestingly, this is a very new Ram Mandir which has been formed here, which has been built up here, and more to come. Ram Mandir कब बना और क्यों चाहिए?
राम मंदिर 22 तारीख को बना है, जनवरी की 22 तारीख में। और ये मंदिर जब बना तब जिस दिन से शुरू हुआ था मंदिर बनाना, उस दिन से हम लोग बहुत खुश थे।
Both Mamata and Narendra Modi, they are batting for Cooch Behar. They are themselves batting in Cooch Behar. What will happen? Which side the wind will go? Will the Rajbangshis be in the saffron camp or on the other side? That answer everybody will get on the 4th June. Till then, we have to really wait.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Massive blow to the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi excise policy case. The Delhi High Court has dismissed Arvind Kejriwal's plea, challenging his arrest by the ED. The Delhi High Court coming down heavily on Arvind Kejriwal, saying the arrest is not illegal. The detailed order of the High Court has really complicated matters for the sitting CM, who has thus far refused to resign. Party's whole election timing and political vendetta charge has also been busted. These were not legal arguments to begin with, but the way the court has smashed these in the order today has